Hi, welcome to Draw Tip Tuesday. My name is Koosje Koenen and I'm here to guide you on your creative journey. Today I want to talk about tools because I get a lot of questions about my materials. And let me tell you one thing. I will show you my favorite materials, but these are not pens that everyone should have. There is no such thing as a magical pen or a magical pencil or that one pen that will make you mastering the art of drawing, you know. It's really very personal. Every hand, every artist, every individual has a different taste and a different style, and your tools, the tools that you pick, will fit those best. And of course you need to try stuff, but don't run out to the store and buy everything that I show you here because it may not be for you. These are my favorite materials that I use in my daily sketchbook. And because you are curious about it, I want to share what's in my toolbox. Okay, let's start. Here's a golden oldie, my Lamy Safari fountain pen in coral pink. It's one of the first fountain pens I bought and used for drawing many years ago. I used to work with fine liners mostly, and I needed some more of a flowing ink kind of feeling, and that's what a fountain pen really gives me. This has a nib B, which is a bold nib, and I choose a bold nib because I like a bold and a fat and a thick line, and that's what this pen gives me exactly. I also have a Lamy Safari pens with a medium nib. That works for me too, but the fine nib already is too scratchy for me. But I know other artists who use extra fine nibs and won't use anything else. So there you can already see what a difference there is in preference. The Lamy Safari pen, I bought it because it is affordable, it feels safe, it doesn't feel too precious to draw with it, and you can buy them in different colors, which is really fun. So for example, I also have one in red and one in blue, and I put red and blue ink in those, which can be very handy if you want to have a whole range of colors of ink to use. Speaking of ink, I use a waterproof ink in my pens so that I can combine it with watercolors or any other wet media. And this is the ink that I use. Black carbon ink from the brand Platinum. It's waterproof, and I use it to fill my fountain pens with. I use a converter for my fountain pens. For every of my fountain pens I use converters. You can buy them separately from your pen, and basically it's an ink cartridge that you can refill over and over again, which is really handy. I think I am in love forever with this pen. It's a fountain pen with a Fude nib or a calligraphy nib. It means that the nib is bent, so you can create a line that has a lot of variety. It's not always as predictable as a normal fountain pen, but that's really what I love about it. As I said, I like a bold line, but you can also create a really thin line with this, and combining that with that flow of ink that comes out of it, it just makes me really happy. It's a Sailor fountain pen. You'll find it if you Google Sailor fountain pen calligraphy nib or something like that. But you will most likely find this model, which is exactly the same. It has a 55-degree angle nib. The color is different and the handle is a little bit longer. Some people prefer it because it feels a little bit more like a brush. I don't really mind. I have both, and I actually have both so that if I run out of ink with one, I can just take the other one when I'm out on location. And these also come in a different angle. I think it's a 40-degree angle. I've never tried it. I'm really happy with the 55-degree angle, and You know, why change it if it ain't broken? Or what is the saying again? I don't know. Okay, speaking of fat lines and variety of line, this pen. I love this pen so much. It's a Pentel pocket brush pen, and it's basically also a fountain pen but with a brush. Also, it comes with cartridges. You buy the cartridges separately. The ink that comes with it is also waterproof, which is great because you can combine it again with any wet media. You have a little bit less control, or actually a lot less control over your line, because basically you are drawing with a brush. But that's very, very exciting to me. I also know people who fill the cartridge with different colors of ink, so you can have a whole set of brushes with ink. Or you can use gray ink, for example, in the cartridge and then use it for shadows or something like that. I've never done that, but yeah, why not? Okay, so I combine all of those inky things from the ink department that I've just shown you. I combine it with watercolors very often. And this is the set that I have now. It has a thumb ring. I used to have a very tiny set of watercolors, which was really, really great. I still have it, and I use it when I want to keep a very minimal pencil case with me. But I felt the need for a little bit bigger wells and also more space to mix. And this does that really well for me. It still fits into a pencil case fairly easily. And I fill it with watercolor paint from tubes from the brand Daniel Smith. Again, nothing you should run off to the store for, because whatever watercolors you use right now, you chose them for a reason. Keep on using them and play. With these watercolors, I use a water brush. The handle is filled with water. I have to refill it. When you squeeze the handle, then the brush fills with water, see? And then you can dip it into your paint, mix your color, start painting. It's really handy. I also do like a real brush. It's really different than the plasticky feel of this brush. This is really great for location, but I cannot deny that working with a real brush actually feels so much better. With watercolors, it soaks up your pigments better. You can paint bigger surfaces, so that's something to consider. This is a Vinci brush, Petit Gris Pur, number 10. So this is a real hair, but you can get watercolor brushes also synthetic, with synthetic hair, and in many price ranges. So whatever fits your needs. Something else very important to always keep with you if you are starting to do something with wet media, have like a paper towel or a tissue or anything to wipe your brush off. Clips, always good. I always have clips with me, bulldog clips, to clip my pages down. If I'm outside and it's windy, it's really great to clip my pages down. So those are really handy to have with you. Other stuff that I always have at hand, I like drawing with a dark black colored pencil. This is a Faber-Castell one, and these are Caran Luminance pencils, a pink one and a blue one. I like combining them, but I can also use them individually. And color pencils, you can combine them with watercolors. So you can put watercolor on top, or you can put them on top of watercolor when it's dried. It's all very exciting. You can see that I'm excited about it. And I'll talk about these pencils a little bit later, but first I want to show you this one. This is a rainbow pencil, and the lead is actually 1, 2, 3, 4 colors. With that colorful lead, you can create a very mixing color in your line. It's very festive and happy and surprising, and I love the playfulness of that. I don't know what the brand of this one is. I don't even know how I got this, but there's many of these available. Just Google rainbow pencil or magic pencil actually, that's sometimes also how they are called. And you'll find these. Never forget to also bring a pencil sharpener. This is a small one with a container, very handy, so you can always sharpen your pencil without making a mess. Okay, I want to talk about colored pencils because the Luminance colored pencils of Caran, I love them. They are buttery they feel buttery on the paper, and the colors are seriously bright and beautiful, and I love them. But I will never buy a set again, because if I use a third of the colors in this set, it's already a lot. Always when you buy a set, it seems such a great investment and a very cool present to yourself, but you will end up not using a lot of the pencils and a lot of the colors that are in there, and then use up the ones that are your favorites, and then you're ending up with like a half-hearted set. I don't know. Also, because they are in a box, I am very precious about them, so I'd rather just, take them out of the box and put them in a pencil case, and then I just really use them because that's what they are for. But I think you get it, what I mean, like being precious about something because it's in such a nice box, and it's a set, so it should be in, in color range and everything. So what I do is buy them individually now. I buy the colors that I like most. You can just buy them individually instead of a set. So that's what I would recommend. I will talk about this pencil case in a minute, but first I want to talk about one more tool that is a favorite, and that is also Caran, same brand, wax crayons. And these are Neocolor wax crayons, Neocolor 1, which means that they are not water soluble, they are waterproof, so you can put them on top of watercolor, for example. You can get really deep, you can deepen the colors and get really playful effects, but you can also put watercolor on top. And because of the waxy texture, the watercolor is resistant and you can get really great textures in your drawings. I am very excited about these. There's also a Neocolor 2, which are the water soluble kind, so you can add water and basically just paint with the bright colors. They come in many colors. Don't buy a set, buy the colors that appeal to you, and then you can add more. But again, just like with buying the color pencil set, don't do that with crayons either. You can just easily buy them individually. Okay, pencil cases. I know many of us are obsessed about pencil cases. Well, this is a pencil case that a friend of mine bought me and sent me. I love the color and its happiness. And this is from the brand Delta. And as you can see, if it's open, you can just put it on the table and it's like a cup that has all your pencils or your pens in it. But you can easily shift it and close it and then put it in your bag. It's ideal for location drawing. This is the same principle. This is from the brand Neocrits, and it folds down, the top folds down, and then you can put it on the table like that, and it stands there as a cup full of pencils or pens or whatever you have. So these are my favorite tools. I shared it with you just because you asked. So there you have it. I will be back next week with another draw tip. And if you like my Draw Tip Tuesday videos, then you can back me on Patreon, and I will put the link below the video. And if you do, it's just a small amount every month. If you back me with that, you really help me to keep on making these videos and publishing them here on YouTube for free for everyone. So I really appreciate it if you just consider doing that. And if not, that's fine too. Then at least subscribe to this YouTube channel. That also helps to get more traffic and get more viewers and get these Draw Tip Tuesday videos out into the world. So that's it. I hope you have a great day, have a great week, Enjoy all your art supplies and I'll see you next week. Bye!